Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Vespa Fix and Fun, and today I'm going to show you how to rebuild, disassembly and assembly the clutch unit of the Vespa PX. This clutch type is most found in Vespa PX from all PX series range, and also most of the vintage large frame use also the same this clutch. This clutch is for from 80cc to until I think about until 150cc, because there are only 6 springs. The biggest cc such as the PX200 will have, I think it's 7 spring, I'm not sure, with some hole here. But it doesn't matter, it's quite similar, and you can wash this clip to rebuild your own Vespa clutch unit at your home as a DIY project. So we will need the clutch compressor tool, which I already showed you in the previous clip. I'm going to put in the link here to show how you find the size, the thread of the DIY Vespa compressor tool. And don't waste time, we will start it now to disassembly it. So first of all, you put the washer on the bowl one side, put it in, another washer, and nuts. Try to tighten it. Okay, make it sure nice and tight and locate it in the center. Then when we tighten it will be easy. For me, I use the socket number 17 for both sides, so let's compress it. Okay, we'll put it, tighten it down. First, you will need to take out the Circlip spring here. As you will see, you have to compress it down, and then the spring clip will be free. Just use a flathead screwdriver. Okay. When it's out, you can take out the plate one by one. It should come out. Okay. The top side of the clutch unit will contain the clutch plate, which only one side of cork. As you will see, it's one side. You have to remark it. It's a top one, because the other will be both sides with cork. This clutch is still in good condition, as you see. There's no burn, and there is still a thick of cork, which is fine. But this clip, I'm going to show you how to rebuild. Actually, how to overhaul. This plate is still okay, not too shiny. It still can work. It's a bit seized here. It's lack of oil. As you will see, this clutch plate both sides with cork, and this one is really still in good condition. And this one plate, another one, I put it here. And now we have to take out the compressor tool. we'll see the spring under. Okay, now it's released. I'm going to use hand only, hand tight. There is a bottom washer. This bushing is already loose, which I need to change. And there are 6 springs. With the cup. So now I'm going to show you how to inspect each component of the clutch unit, which one is good and which one you need to change. Let's start from the beginning. This part unit, you may call it the clutch cover spider. Some place call just clutch cover plate. You need to inspect, is there how can I say, a cracked part each, because when the clutch is worked in the Vespa engine, it will get compressed time to time. Every time you grab the clutch cable, it will compress and compress, and if it starts to worn out, it will show the cracked part, and I recommend to change only. Because if it starts to crack and you ride it, you install it and you ride, it may explode. The clutch unit could be explode and it will fall down to your engine, and your Vespa engine will be shut, and you need to do engine overhaul work only, because there will be a very small piece drop down to the engine. And this one is still good. There is no crack sign. Every plate is nice. Another is the spring cup. The spring cup that locate here, 6 of it. Mostly it will not worn out, but from my experience I found that sometimes it has a wear sign, because the clutch is loose from the connecting rod thread, and it will hit the clutch cover from the engine, as I show you from the how to take it out, the clutch unit from the engine. And if you found that, then you will need to change the cup. The spring, I would like to recommend every time you do the clutch work, if the clutch cork is worn out and you need to change, I recommend to change the spring every time, because the spring also work every time when you compress the clutch cable, and it will start to worn. The spring will lose the tension time to time. I would like to recommend to change every time. Another is a gear set clutch. If it's not really worn out, but obviously you don't need to change, it can be reused. Another is a copper washer. This one I recommend to change every time. And this copper bushing. Normally this copper bushing should be attached tightly. It should not be able to turn like this. I would recommend to change every time. I would like to change if it starts to worn out like this. It should be connected tightly with this unit. so this part should be changed. And the cork plate, which is commonly worn out if your clutch doesn't work well anymore. So last one is the clutch, how can I say, flat plate, which normally will worn out by show the shiny, and it make a not good grip with the cork when it's the engine run, and it will make your Vespa will lose the power. But this one is still work, it's still okay. It's not so shiny like I saw the worn out, the iron plate. And this is the new clutch cork plate unit. It will contain 3 plates, which I told you before. And before assembly to the new clutch, you need to soak with the oil overnight is good, or at least couple hour of soaking oil before you going to install. And why, I'm going to show you about the information on the next clip. But this clip I'm going to show you how you will install everything back again, and suppose that you change to the new unit already. So let's get started. First of all, we're going to install the clutch cup, spring cup. And the second will be spring. Suppose that I have a new spring part with me, but this one I'll use old for just to show you. It should change every time. It's lose the tension. Again, this one. This copper washer also should be changed every time. And be careful, the two sides of it is different. One side will have a higher, how can I say, it's not flat. One side is flat, but when you install, you put the flat side on the bottom like this. And try to put it down where the big hole, 6 of them, in the center of the spring. But we're going to make sure that the spring in the groove after. After, we'll put the gear assembly plate on top. And then we put the compressor on. After you put the compressor on, you don't need to tighten it too tight, but just about half of it. And then we're going to check the spring groove sit properly on its groove by here the 6 click, as you will see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, this is to check that all the springs sit tightly in the groove. Next, you can compress the clutch unit down to be able to put the cork plate. Okay. But before you install the cock plate, try to turn the gear and see that it's run smoothly, not stuck. If it's stuck, it means something happened, maybe something installed incorrectly. But if it like this, it means normal. Now you can put the plate. Suppose it is a new install with the soak oil overnight or at least couple hours like before. First, second, and the last piece with only one side caulk I mentioned before on the top. This one I need to compress some more. And last process is to put the Circlip spring back. Try to put it the end like half of here. Okay. Try to make it in the middle like this, because when you want to fix it again, it's very easy to take it out. And again, try to roll it freely. Check, this is very good. And now I'm going to release it. And that's it. Your clutch unit is all assembly and ready to install to the engine again. So I hope you see the idea and how to assembly, disassembly and overhaul it. I hope you enjoy this clip and enjoy your fixing Vespa home. See you next clip and bye bye.